and across the landscape. But it starts in high school. It starts even before then. So this is a hotbed for high school basketball. And guess what? We got a guy that's going to get you in tune to what's going on here in the Triangle High School basketball. Sideline Stories with Chuck Jones. What's up, Chuck? How you doing, man?
Man, I'm happy to be here this morning. Happy to be here on this gloomy day.
Yeah. So what we got, man? A lot of people, I mean, this has been fairly anticipated in terms of what's going on in your mind. Who are the best teams in the Triangle and the best players in the Triangle? What you got, my friend?
It's jam-packed. I try to do a top 5, but really, especially on the women's side, I need a top 20, man. There's so much talent.
Wow.
So somebody's going to be mad at me, but I hope not for long, because it's going to change every week on a week-to-week basis, just based on performances. This first week, I just wanted to kind of just go status quo with, who's putting it in, over their careers. But, as the weeks go on, we're going to have some people that are not in the top 20 that pop in with a 20-point performance or, whatever they do. But just starting it off with the women, coming in at the 5 spot, I have Carey and Holly Springs tied.
Okay.
I couldn't break the tie. There are a lot of injuries over there. Carey actually have 2 of the top 3 players in this area. They have the older sister, Tamara Key, who's actually already signed with Tennessee, and they need a lot of help right now. If you've been watching, I think they've lost about 5 or 6 in a row.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so we have them, and then Southeast Raleigh. There are a lot of people going to be mad at me about that. A lot of people think Southeast Raleigh should be number 1, but talent-wise, maybe they should be. There's a lot of talent over there. They have a young lady that's going to Kansas, have a couple of juniors that are exceptional, but they're losing right now, so I can't, it's all about the W's with me. Even though they lost some games and, that in some national tournaments, Leesville beat them, in overtime. So I really can't, what can I say? Leesville Road, I'll have to put them in there. They beat Southeast. But my top 2 teams are Heritage and Wakefield on that side. And we actually had Donald Williams in here right before the rivalry game.
Yeah, last week, yeah.
He coached a great game, man.
Did he? I heard that too, by the way. Did he?
Oh, yeah, it was a beautiful game. They went up about 10 and never looked back. They went up for about 5 and then opened the lead up to about 10 or 12. His guards are great. Donald coached a great game. I don't think he's going to be at Wakefield long. I think somebody's going to snatch him up.
Wow, man. So that's the top ranking women here in the Triangle.
Yep, that's and I wanted to look at the Triangle,
women's teams,
women's, and Clayton. I didn't want to go too far. I didn't want to go over to Greensboro and Charlotte. I just, there's so much talent here. I just kind of wanted to focus on what we have here.
So on the men's side for the teams, who you got?
On the men's side, I have Nightdale and Holly Springs tied for that 5th spot. Holly Springs actually has a kid that's going to Virginia, and they're huge. Their guard play sometimes leaves a little bit to be desired, but they have a big front line. They have almost a college front line back there. They probably bigger than a lot of CIAA teams back there, and some MEACs too. And probably some big Souths, and they have a big line back there. Wakefield, really athletic. They have some great players over there also. The coaches, they keep you laughing because they're up and down the sidelines talking crazy the whole game. I enjoy watching them. Hillside.
Number 3. Yeah,
Hillside at number 3. Yeah. And to be honest with you, there's a little question about Hillside because they haven't really played any big teams. All these other teams on this list have played nationally ranked teams, but Hillside hasn't. So, I still have some questions about them.
I saw them play in the what was that? The Durham Holiday Classic. They won that right away.
Yes.
Yeah. So I saw them play. They looked pretty impressive when I saw.
I saw them play against Southern this past week.
Southern.
So they beat Southern.
Yeah, Southern was right on the tip. They were right at about that 6-7 spot. So I wouldn't be surprised to see them sneak in. But again, all the other teams were in, either the John Wall Classic or in the DC tournament. They play some major teams, so you have to put a little weight on that.
And that is that David Noel's team.
Southern. Yeah, exactly. Wow.
Yeah, and Panther Creek, they took a couple of losses over at the John Wall tournament, but still they're tough. They have the kid Justin McCoy that's going to Penn State.
You're going to Penn State, huh?
I worked with his sister actually.
Oh, did you?
With Team Wall over the summer.
Oh, okay. Okay, wow.
Yeah, they're tough and they're coaching. They're always well coached over there. I love watching them. And the number one boys team, I saw them play last night. Millbrook. I thought Broughton was gonna. I thought Broughton. They have two tough guards. I love that the DJ. I love him, and he's about 5'8", 5'9". Don't get mad at me, DJ. But
yeah, he's like, man, look, why you doing me like that?
listen, but he plays 6'7".
What?
Oh man, listen, he'll take you. He'll take you to the post. Yeah, he'll put you in the post, man.
He posted
right?
my video yesterday from Cameron.
Oh, he did?
He was working with Team Wall, or he was playing for Team Wall over the summer too. So some of these names are super familiar.
Oh wow, look at that.
With him.
Okay.
He's definitely tough.
He's 5'8", plays 6'7". Come on, that's a long way that's a hell of a way to scale right there. I'm telling you right there, man.
Listen, you
He plays big.
you try to guard him on the block. Then that's all I'm gonna tell you. He's not shooting. He's not shooting threes. He's got a nice, firm body, and he's making you feel it. I love him, man. If he was, I'll say this. He reminds me of Devontae Graham, not in playing style, but just the fact, Devontae was small, so it hurt his recruiting, and you remember he signed with App State, and then he grew all those inches, and then the next thing you know, he's trying to get out of App State, and he ends up at Kansas, and now, he's in the NBA.
Yeah.
But, sometimes you have those undersized guards that people look at, and they're doubting, and they end up, doing big things,
Wow. So let's switch to, man. So those are the top teams. So let's go down to the individuals, man. I know you got some hot names on this list, man.
Well, we definitely, the women's side, I actually had to recruit some help on this because there were so many. I have Arnie Morrison, and he's big. He's big with the on the women's side. He has the Carolina Flames, which is the biggest AAU, the biggest, the best, the most successful summer basketball organization in North Carolina, the Carolina Flames. He has a lot to do with the women's and men's side of the John Wall, and he does a lot of the national stuff, the Boo Williams. Like he's there. But have him on the line to help me out a little bit with this.
What's up, Arnie?
Hey, how are you guys doing today?
Doing well.
Good, man. So Chuck needs some help on the women's side, so he says he has the right guy.
Well, I'm glad he gave me a call, and I'd like to think that I know a little bit about what's going on in the area, but Chuck does too. He's in a lot of places. I see him in the gym all the time.
So we got a top 5, Chuck. So you want to go do that right quick, man? Arnie can chime in. Yeah.
All right, we have at number 5. We have Brittany Staves, and she's already signed with Campbell. She's over at Leesville. She gave Southeast all they wanted the other night with 26. We have a name that you might recognize, Imani Lester. She's actually the daughter of Ava Lester that played at State. I don't know if you remember her, but she's a freshman. She's about 6'5". No, 6'3", 6'4". She's been playing varsity since about the 6th grade. She's putting up triple doubles. Tiani Key, have her at number 3. Jada Peebles.
That's Danny Peoples' daughter.
She's tough. She's our number 2 player. And Tamari Key over at Carey Academy. I'm going to see her again. She's actually already signed with University of Tennessee.
Yeah, she's going to Tennessee.
Is that any relation to your number 3 person?
Yeah, they're sisters.
Okay.
Wow, are you serious?
Yeah, I remember when they were smaller girls. Their mother used to work for me.
Well, shout out the Key family.
Right. So Arnie, it seems like it's a lot of good talent here in the area from the women's side.
A lot of great talent. And I told Chuck he needs to be doing the top 10, top 20, because there's a lot of young ladies whose names you're going to hear as Chuck keeps expanding that list, because there's a lot of talent. As he mentioned, Southeast is absolutely loaded. They probably have at least 3 or 4 kids that could be in that top 10. It's hard to pick 5. And I will make controversy with what Chuck said about who the number 1 team is in this area, because I will still tell you Southeast is the big dog in this area. They may have lost 1 game in this area to Leesville, but I would tell everybody be there for the rematch. That rematch is coming up on February 8th, and I think it's going to be a great game again. But I think Southeast is going to come out to prove some things to this area. So the other games they lost to top-ranked teams in the country. They went and played the toughest schedule you could play this year. So I give all props to them for the kind of schedule they put together. And I will tell you, the state playoffs are going to be fun to watch, because the teams he named, Wakefield, Heritage, Leesville, Southeast, and there's a couple others that's going to be chasing them too. that's going to be fun to watch. And these young ladies are very, very talented.
Wow.
So if you're on the guy side and you want to see some talented young ladies, I would tell you come out and watch any of these schools that he mentioned to you.
Well, Arnie, I like it. It's just so aggressive out there. You know, when I was young, the girls were a little bit more, hey, oh, man, they're out there crossing people. My son, he was in the stands saying, ooh, ooh.
Well, if you look at the national spotlight, you're seeing girls dunk now. So, I mean,
that's right.
Wow.
Every week on ESPN, you're seeing top 10 highlight, and it's one of these girls who's dunking in the high school game.
Yeah, it was a young lady in the McDonald's game with Zion and Zier and RJ last year. She was in the dunk contest with him.
Wow, man.
Hey, so my challenge to the Triangle girls are who's going to be the first girl to dunk.
Oh, okay.
And we're looking forward to it. There's some out there that's got a chance to do it, so they need to go on and take this shot.
Wow.
Well, that's why I quit playing basketball. It's tough enough being an old guy. I don't want to be the old guy that's the first one to get dunked on social media by a girl high school. I quit.
Let's get into the men's side, Chuck, quickly. Top 5 men basketball players here in the Triangle.
Okay, we have DJ Robinson over at Athens. He's a guard. He's signed with Northern Kentucky. Have Chester McCoy.
He's silly.
He's nice.
He's so silly.
That's a good thing, right, Jay?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
some people are like,
He's
wait a
just a
minute.
silly kid.
Is
Joking, playing around.
But he has that thing on a yo-yo out there. He's fearless. He's not scared of anything. I love his playing style. And he has another guard over there with him that's, they're tough to handle. Have Chester McCoy over at Mount Zion, 6'9". He's uncommitted. We mentioned a little earlier, number 3, Justin McCoy, 6'8", forward over at Panther Creek. He's committed to Penn State. My top 2 guys, Caden Shedrick. He's about 6'10", 6'11" kid out there at Holly Springs. I actually saw him and our number 1 guy, Isaiah Todd, match up.
Yeah.
It's funny. I used to work with his father, too.
Man, you should be an agent, man.
He's so well
He worked
connected.
with everybody.
That's true. Yeah, Dominic and his father. Yeah, we used to work together. Yeah, wow.
He's going to UVA.
He's going to UVA, man.
Okay.
Tough kid, great academics. He plays the game the right way. I love watching him play. I saw him and Isaiah Todd, which are my top 2 players in this area, and probably top 2 or 3 players in the state match up. And the first half, Caden really shined, but Isaiah took over in the second half. Isaiah Todd is tremendous. He's that guy to watch in this area.
And he's been recruited by what schools?
Everybody.
Okay.
You see Coach K sneaking in the back door. Well, I'm not going to say Coach K. I haven't seen him. But I'm just going to say it like this. Roy Williams, and not Carolina bashing, but he took a 20-point beating and he pulled himself together against Louisville, and he pulled himself together to get over in that gym because he said, man, I need some help.
So Carolina's recruiting Kentucky, Duke, so he must be the real deal then.
USA Basketball, they'll tell you he does it all. He's big time. He's been big time since he was 14. If you go and look him up, man, he's all over YouTube, and he's that guy.
Oh man, but hey, that's a lineup. And hey, if you got a problem with it, how can they find you, Chuck? Because
they can find me on Sideline Stories ENT on Instagram, Twitter also, and on YouTube. We put a lot of stuff up, especially with the local kids at Sideline Stories ENT. There we actually have the Millbrook Broughton highlights up now from last night's game.
Man, this is good stuff, man. By the way, compliments to you and Arnie. It's great meeting you for the first time. I'm pretty sure you'll be back on as well, man. So thank you so much for coming on. Right. Sideline Story. That's good stuff, Chuck. That's good work there, man. Hey. Really good work.
Hey, man, I appreciate it. I'm looking forward to this season. Like I said, we're going to start doing, stuff on a weekly with, based on weekly performances. So this list is going to change every week. Some of the schools, they're not going to change as much, but, the list is definitely going to be changing. So make sure you pay attention to the Sports Shop 1. We're going to have a list of the top 10 up tomorrow, as well as Sideline Stories on Instagram. We're going to have a list of the top 10 on both of those.
That's good, sir. Good job, man.